Hey, Pop Leopard here today. Today we're going to learn how to change a master cylinder, brake master cylinder on a quarter midget. I know this video is kind of early. People normally don't need to do this. Scooter Lane took a bad hit last year on the bottom of his belly pan and happened to bust his master cylinder, which I have right here. This is his old master cylinder. It got broke. I'll bring it closer so you can see what we have going on here. If you see on the bottom of it right here, I know the light ain't very good. I'm in the quarter midget garage. It's busted right here, and what happened was when it got busted right there, there's a piston on the end of this rod, and it broke the piston off, and he was at full brake. Tried to push him back off, didn't work. But anyway, that's the old master cylinder. We're going to be putting a brand spanking new one on there. There's one on there that we had loaned to us. I'm going to be taking it off and putting the new one on. And I'm going to need Scooter Lane to help me bleed the vehicle, which he's not here today. But when he gets here, we'll be bleeding it. Look forward to you. Hey, race on. Here we are. There's our new master cylinder, and as you can see, we got some tools. We got a 2 7/16 wrenches and 2 1/2-inch wrenches, new master cylinder, and a 3 32 Allen wrench, and a flathead screwdriver. Flathead screwdrivers to take the panels off, and the wrenches and the Allen wrenches to do the work. Let's get to it. Here's the master cylinder connected. This master cylinder actually works. It's you got the rod right here, which is your pedal rod. This rod goes up to the brake pedal. That's the first thing we're going to take off. I'll take our 3 32 and a 7/16. Let's get it off there. And go, it's released. We'll push it up here out of the way. Try to find our nut. There it is. Put it over here out of the way. Alright. Next thing we got is this bolt right here and this bolt right here. There's nuts on the back side. Pay close attention. This front nut on the front bolt here, this one here, that nut has got the kill switch ground connected to it. Be very careful with that. Pay attention. Don't forget to put it back on. Let's get this off there. Well, this takes the 2 1/2-inch wrenches. One on that. One on the front. Be a whole lot easier with the impact, but what do you do? I don't think the battery's charged on it. I don't even know where it is. I think it's in the house. Now this master cylinder is full of fluid. I'm going to try to leave the fluid in it for when I give it back to the fellows that loaned it to us. That way they don't have to mess with bleeding out the master cylinder. Oh, and that one has 2 washers, 2 flat washers, not lock washers. One on the front and one on the back side of the kill switch wire. Well, if I can get hold of it. There we go. Kill switch wire, as I was talking about. I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. kill switch wire. Let's get this back bolt off. Now the reason I'm taking the bolts off before I undo the hose going to the master cylinder is because, as I just said, I want to try to keep fluid in the master cylinder. Until that was put on with the impact. And when I say impact, I'm talking about a battery powered impact driver. I have a Ryobi from Home Depot. They're not very expensive, pretty cheap, but they're really good impacts. And believe it or not, they work magnificent for quarter midget racing. So, look at this out. It's, by the way, I don't know if you can see that. It's very cold out here. It's like 30 degrees outside, and the old quarter midget garage has no heat. Yeah, none. Well, I got a heater, but if I had it running, you wouldn't hear me. Okay, now we have got the master cylinder off. This right here is the hose I'm speaking about. That is 2 7/16 you need for this. 7/16 for the barrel nut, 7/16 for the fitting. You want to hold the fitting so it doesn't come loose when you're undoing the barrel nut. So, let's get to it. Now remember, I'm going to try to keep the fluid in here. Oh, there's your 7/16. I will get a rag to put underneath here. So, because it will lose some fluid, get a rag underneath it so it catches the fluid. Hold the fitting. Break the barrel nut. Once you get that barrel nut broke loose, you can just take it off with your fingers. And there we go. One master cylinder. One master cylinder off. This is our new master cylinder. Nice, bright, shiny. Notice it says right on here, DOT 5 only. Do not try to use dot 3. Dot 3 will destroy this master cylinder. It will wreck every single bit of the O-rings and stuff that are inside this master cylinder that seal it up, and you'll have a bad master cylinder leak and be in trouble. Okay, we're going to put our hose back on here first. Be very careful so you don't cross thread it, because it will cross thread in a second, and boy, that really makes a mess, I'm going to tell you. Alright, we're going to leave it kind of loose for right now until we get us mounted back up. Once we get mounted back up, get the bolts back in it and rod back on it, then we'll tighten this down. So let's put our bolts back in. Notice 2 different lengths of bolts. As you can see, the long one goes in the front because we're going through those washers and our wire. Our wire end. Short one goes to the back. Also, if you're driving a Nervo car or have a Nervo car, this brake plate right here that we're mounting this to has the serial number of your car on the outside of that brake plate. So if you ever need to know the serial number of your car, that's where it's at. On most every one of the Nervo vehicles, Nervo race cars. Okay, now we're going to put our front bolt in. We're leaving the back one a little loose so we can make sure the front one goes through the hole like we want it to. Put one washer on. Slide our wire on. Put the other washer on. I'll try to when you can feel your fingers. There we go. And put our nut on. We'll take these 2 1/2 inch wrenches. just tighten her up like we untighten her. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. That's the way I always learned it. That's the way everybody learned it. That's the way everybody knows it. All right, those are tight. I'm going to take our 2 16ths and we will, holding the fitting with one, tighten with the other one, tighten this line up the rest of the way. Alright, line's good and tight. And we bring our brake pedal rod back. Now I forgot to show you, but you need to take note of where your brake pedal rod was connected at. There's 3 holes in this master cylinder going up here. 3 holes. Ours was in the bottom hole, so we got to make sure we put it back in the bottom hole. Bolt through there. This one's fun to put the nut on. That is also a lock nut. Every nut that connects to any bolt on this race car is a lock nut. Every one of them has to be by USAC and QMA rules. Alright. Tighten this up. Now this here, you don't want to crank it all the way down, because if you do, then there'd be no pivoting on the rod here at the lever. And boy, you don't need that. They'll hit the brakes and they'll lock the brakes up and they won't be able to go nowhere. Or they won't even be able to push the brake pedal. So I just kind of, you can see it wiggling. I'll show you. See it wiggling there? I'm going to go just a little bit more tighter than that. Just a little bit more. There we go. And that's that. Another little tidbit. This little cap right here, it's plastic. When you go to put fluid in the car, that cap can break pretty easily. These things are like gold. I'm not going to lie to you. These things right here, everybody wants one. Yeah, they don't come easy and they're cheap, but you gotta go through go-kart shop or quarter midget shop to get one, because they don't sell them at the auto parts store. Anyways, just a little tidbit. Thanks. Hey, that's all there was to that. Now, yes, we do still need to bleed the system, but like I said, Scooter Lane's not here today to help me, so we'll have to get that done. That's going to go on the notes. Just bleed the system so we don't forget, and I'll probably put a post-it note on the race car: brakes need bled. But for you youngins, one thing to always remember when you're done working on your cars, put the tools away where they belong, in the toolbox. Scooter Lane and Josh have a problem with that. Imagine that. All kids do. I did when I was a kid. Anyway, thanks for watching, if you watched, and I know you did. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Hope you learned something. We'll have another video when we go to bleed it. We'll video that so everybody can see how that process takes place. But that's all there is to it. Hey, hope y'all keep all 4 on the ground. Race on.